Hello, all you beautiful people out there. I'm currently working on a video for On With The Show, which is my other YouTube channel. Commentary channel to talk about entertainment stuff and whatnot.
The Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yeah.
Represent.
Want to let you know everything's going pretty good. I've been applying for other jobs while I'm waiting to hear back on some of the other things that are going on with my employment life. I've been, I just applied to of all things, AAA last night, who are looking for, I guess, customer service clerks or sales clerks, which is pretty cool. But things are moving forward with that, and it's just all the waiting. I think is the one thing that just kind of gets me going. We did have a few things going on here right now. We had a dear friend of ours and our neighbor Gary pass away last week, and it was kind of hard to watch him. I don't want to say go. It was just he was such a great guy. Great guy to talk to, and they treat my kids almost like their kids, and would always invite us over to their swimming pool. And I'm the kind of person that's like, I was always apprehensive to do that because I really don't like taking advantage of people. I really don't. People will say, "Oh yeah, just come on over. You'll have a great time, and let's go ahead and do this." And I'm like, "Okay, that sounds great." But for me, I'm kind of like, I always feel like I'm taking advantage of people when I do that, and I don't know. I don't know why I kind of feel that way. I just do. I miss him. I miss talking to him. We spent some time together. I went over to watch him while his wife Kathy had to run errands, and just to see a guy who was who was in such great shape just a year or so ago. It was really sad to see him, and I'm not going to go into details of how he looked because I'm just not going to do that to him. But he was starting to have liver failure, kidney failure, and all that going on, and man, it's just stuff like that makes me appreciative of my own life. I remember when I turned 50, I realized that there were more years behind us than there are in front of me, and so I'm doing my best right now to try to make the most of the years I have in front of me. It kind of sounds crazy, but and also in a way that's kind of the reason why I do what I do, because it's not necessarily to leave a legacy or to make people remember me or whatever that stuff. It's like I want to make sure I get all the stuff I want to get done. That I want to get done. You understand what I'm saying? I want to go out and see different parts. That's why I have Travel by Nature, so we can get out. And I know we don't get out outside of our sphere very often, but when we do, we make it count. And I want to do more of that. I want to get out. Today is 106, so that's a little difficult to do when it's so hot, because all you want to do is just stay inside and enjoy the air conditioning, or find the nearest pool or water center that keeps yourself cool. But yeah, I mean, there are certain things. I mean, I have a bit. I don't know if I call it a bucket list or anything. I'll say this: that there are times where it's like, one of the things you're never going to find me jumping out of an airplane. That's not me. I'm not going to go bungee jumping off the side of a bridge. There are certain things I'm just like, I don't think I want to do that. But maybe I'd like to race a car. Maybe I'd like to go visit and see the castles of Ireland and Scotland. Maybe I'd like to just see some of the places I've heard about. I've been to Disney World, but maybe I'd like to go down to the French Quarter in New Orleans for Mardi Gras. Maybe I'd like to go see the Grand Canyon and I've never. It's crazy because me living so close to Vegas, I've never been to Vegas. That's one of the things that we've put on our bucket list to be able to do. I want to be able to see my kids get married and have kids of their own, and go to school and have successful careers, whether it's with me doing this or whether it's doing their own thing, and that's kind of the reason why I do what I do. It's like, not necessarily just, to be this crazy guy that goes out and does all this stuff, but I want to be able to have the experiences with my family and myself to be able to have something that they can. The one thing I can tell you this: when my mom passed, she passed over 10 years ago, and I was so thankful for all the experiences we had, all the things we did. It was never about, what we bought. It was always about, what did we do? How did we get through that struggle? How in the world were we able to do this with so little resources? And my mom taught me a lot. She taught me to basically keep going. A lot of times, she also told me that there are times where you're going to do things that people aren't going to understand. People aren't going to understand why you do what you do, but you keep doing it and you keep moving forward. That phrase from Disney, keep moving forward. You keep moving forward. It's one of the reasons why I went back to school, because I wanted to be able to do it. Getting my master's degree was not something that I had planned, but I did it. And people were like, wow, you have a master's degree? I said, yeah, and one of the things Gary told me that's always stuck with me is that, Goose, you've led an amazing life. You've done some incredible things. You've done things that, you've done some things I wish I could have done. I don't know, I'm kind of paraphrasing there. I don't know how much of that's true, because, Gary was a war veteran. I'm not a veteran. I was fortunate enough to get one of his hats. Let me just show you I'll put this hat on. I was fortunate enough to get one of his walking sticks and his hat, which is really cool. I mean, he was a veteran. I'm not a veteran. There are some people who tell me, you're lucky you didn't go to war. You'll have to forgive me because my camera for some reason keeps shutting off. I keep getting this eerie, weird feeling that he's here messing with me. It is weird. This camera, I've had this camera sometimes it'll go 15, 20 minutes, nothing happens. This camera has shut off twice on a full battery while I've been talking about Gary. It's kind of weird. I do feel, I have been feeling him around sometimes. I think he's been, checking in on everybody. I mean, but going back to what I was saying, it got me thinking though, because there are times where, I think like I haven't done a whole lot, and I go back to it and people remind me, how many people do you know have been married for over 32 years? How many people do you know who have a master's degree? How many people do you know who is a successful, writer and director, is an award-winning filmmaker? I've won, several awards for my short films in several different festivals. How many people do you know has gone to Disney World 4 times? I mean, I know I've met some people who've never even been to Disneyland. I'm like, I've been to Disneyland so many times, I could pretty much give you a tour of Disneyland. I could, it does continue to change a lot, but it's sometimes I think you have to take a step back and realize, what kind of life have you led? Because there are times where maybe you don't think you've done much, and yet others around you are like, "No, man, look what the kind of life you've led. You've done more than a lot of other people could even have imagined." Right now I'm running two YouTube channels. I'm trying to get I'm trying to get another one back going again. trying to get my wife's channel, Miss Cindy's Kitchen, back going again. And it's just, and things have just been, it's rough. Right now it's rough. But I got to remind myself that I've been through worse. And we've always, have allowed God to take care of us and to get us through the situations. And a lot of times when we go through rough patches, me not working and earning an income right now, it just makes us stronger for other things. So long as we keep going, and that's got to be the thing. We got to keep going. We can't. I saw someone a video very quickly today who was like, they say that God won't give you more than you can't handle, and yet if you go through the Bible, it's story after story of people who got more than what they thought they could handle. And I'm like, okay, well, because you ever had that thing? God, you've given me enough. I don't need any more. You've given me more than I can handle. I can't take it. And God's like, I think you can. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. And so I'm just enjoying what's going on. I miss my friend. Weird transition, but I miss my friend. I miss the conversations that we had. It makes me even more blessed with the friends I still have. There are people I haven't called in a while I didn't talk to. Hey, just I got people in the other room or screaming and yelling. If you go through tough times, you get on the other side, you realize what a blessing it was to go through these challenges. But I've got people I haven't talked to and I need to call. And yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't mean to bring it all so down, but it's just, this whole thing has made me very reflective. We had four celebrities die last week in a week. People, all of these actors I grew up listening to or watching on TV. You know what I'm saying? And it just seems like the older I get, the more I feel blessed about my life and the friends I have, the people I associate with, the things that I've done and accomplished. And I realized, I've still got so much more to do that I'm just excited to see what I can do. And a lot of the comments you guys have left on our videos have just increased me even more to realize, I'm doing a lot and I'm having fun doing it, and just keep going. You guys are great. And thank you to all of you who are watching. Thank you for all you are watching this. Thank you. I appreciate you. And the only thing I can ask for you today is just find that person that you haven't spoke with in a while. Give them a call. Because I hate to tell you, but when they're gone, they're gone. And the only time you'll ever see them again is when you are in heaven and you see them. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate who you got. Give them hugs. Tell them you love them. Because there's going to come a time, as my dog is barking, there's going to come a time when you're not going to be able to do that. All right? So, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for letting me talk today about this. And I'm going to keep you abreast of what I've been doing as far as getting a job, because I'm telling you, I think I'm just really that close to finding work. And I can feel all your prayers following me on this. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. I'll check in with you guys later.